Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 138, and we're actually going to be talking about a prehistoric shark since this is Shark Week, and the prehistoric shark that we're going to talk about is Hybodus or Hybodus, however you want to pronounce it, and this is a possibility of what Hybodus could have possibly looked like. Some information about Hybodus. Hybodus, the name means humped tooth. Length is 6.6 feet or 2 meters. Weight 100 to 200 pounds. Lived 260 to 75 million years ago, so from the Permian to the late Cretaceous. And their fossils are found mostly worldwide, and it was described by Agassiz in 1837. So that is this. So this species has been around for a long time in paleontology. So we actually have here are some pictures on Hybodus. So the upper left corner, that is Hybodus's teeth. So they're kind of very strange teeth for sharks. And so that's the reason why it's called hump tooth. It's because it's got these little humps. And one big hump right here too. And on the upper right corner, and so we got some more teeth and even got some spines. And this is a characteristic of Hybodus, and it's got these spines on the dorsal fins. And here is the size chart right here. So this would actually be what the size of Hybodus would have possibly have looked like, might have been. So a little bit longer than a human being, but I mean you get the average human being. You can see how large it is. So Hybodus actually belongs to the group of sharks called Hypodontidae or Hybodontidae. So it's, of course, by the same species. So this is actually the Hybodonts. And so there's many kind of species of Hybodus. And so there's the Permian species, there's Triassic species. The more common species of Hybodus were actually around in the Jurassic. And then the Hybodus actually were starting to decline in the Cretaceous period, but they were still around until their demise. And a characteristic of Hybodus is actually those spines on the dorsal fins. And those spines were actually used for defense. So they would actually have been used to actually stab the roof of the mouth of whatever predators were actually trying to catch them or eat them. And so Hybodus would actually be hunting small prey and would be scavenging on large prey. And of course, Hybodus is actually featured in Walking with Dinosaurs in Cruel Sea, and also is actually featured in a spin-off series of Walking with Dinosaurs, which is Chased by Sea Monsters, where it's hosted by Nigel Marven. And he goes back to the Jurassic period, which was actually the second most dangerous sea in Earth's history. And he comes across Hybodus willing to scavenge off an ailing Lesicthes. And so, and just so you know that most Hybodus fossils do not show horns on the head, and so some of those early artist drawings, and even like in Walking with Dinosaurs, it shows that it actually did have horns, but really there's no evidence to support it. So right now, Hybodus does not have the horns on its head, and you can give Hybodus the name the Devil Shark if you actually want to do that for a nickname for this shark. But I mean, hey, give it a nickname if you want. So the environment in where Hybodus actually was around in the oceans, of course, and it lived in many kinds of environments, but mostly warm and subtropical kind of climates. Of course, no ice caps. There were no ice caps in the Permian, and also in the Triassic, Jurassic, and the Cretaceous. So it was pretty warm. There were a lot of corals, of course. Corals were very abundant. And of course, there were a lot of fish, a lot of squid, ammonites, other sharks, and even marine reptiles, especially for the Triassic and the Jurassic, and even the Cretaceous. So the predators and prey. And so the prey would actually be some fish, squid, small marine reptiles, so basically juvenile species of certain marine reptiles like some ichthyosaurs, maybe some juvenile pliosaurs, and so on, and then it could scavenge off of large dead animals. So it could actually scavenge off of a large ichthyosaur. It could scavenge off of a large plesiosaur or pliosaur or even a mosasaur. And of course, Hybodus did have predators. And the predators were larger sharks, so sharks that were actually possibly like 10 feet plus, and would actually, and also there'd be pliosaurs, so like Liopleurodon or Chronosaurus or even Pliosaurus. And of course, mosasaurs. Mosasaurs would have eaten a lot of these sharks, and so Hybodus actually had to steer clear from those larger predators. And of course, the extinction of Hybodus is mostly due to climate change, so the ocean currents were changing dramatically. And of course, possibly the more likely scenario for Hybodus' extinction is that it was outcompeted. So it was probably outcompeted by larger sharks. So like a Cretoxyrhina would have actually have been a big rival for Hybodus, and so Hybodus could not compete with larger sharks and couldn't adapt to those kinds of changes by those other predators. And even mosasaurs would have probably eaten them out of extinction. And so that actually would be the case, is that mosasaurs were probably able to actually withstand those spines and actually just eat Hybodus like crazy. And so mosasaurs were pretty much the top predators in the oceans in the late Cretaceous period. So this is pretty much like the world map of, like, say, around 75 million years ago, of pretty much when Hybodus was last seen or otherwise went extinct. And so ocean currents were changing because the continents were always moving thanks to tectonic plates. So the next episode will actually be on August 8th, 2019, and that'll be a Q&A episode. And so if you got any questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinocris71@gmail.com. dinocris71@gmail.com. Sorry about that, guys. And otherwise you could go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you can post your questions on the wall or in the comment section. Remember, keep your questions short to the point. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to subscribe, turn on notifications, and also put your questions in the comment section. I always actually read your comments. They're very, very helpful. And also give the videos a like. It actually helps the channel out, and also actually makes me keep on doing this for a good amount for every single week that I can actually do these episodes. And also you can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also, take care of the people around you. Also, for you younger people out there, to make sure you listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have for good education. It's very important to have a good education. So with a good education, get a good job in the future. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time. And happy Shark Week!